I got you.
Hello, welcome back to Real Talk with Artists. This is your host, Cristina Trujillo, with the absolute pleasure of interviewing an amazing LA-based artist. She is an incredible, multi-talented artist, Jéli Daniels. Here she is. I am bringing her on Instagram as well. Welcome, friend.
Okay.
Okay. Now, right now, currently on Instagram, we are listening to, what are we listening
Hi,
to?
Daryl.
Ooh, thank you, friends, for
Yeah, we've got a
joining
couple of
us.
people up.
So here we are, getting soothed with some music on Instagram. What are we listening to right now? Yeah.
Right now that I have up?
You know how I had this video?
Oh,
Do you hear
yeah,
that?
I love
That's
that.
one of your.
I actually don't hear that on my end.
Oh, you don't hear? It's one of your. It's one of your
from Art Form
mixing.
Radio.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there.
I see that. I like how you have that up too. That's really lovely. What's happening, y'all? Hey, Daryl, how you doing? He's a fellow DJ friend of mine who spins really beautiful work. I respect him all the way.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, friends. In fact, this is so perfect because I like to make this live events as interactive as possible, and it's called Real Talk with Artists because we really want to get to know the heart and soul of the artist. And today I have the absolute pleasure of having Jéli.
I love it. No, that's all you, boo.
Oh man. So yeah, I have Ron. I'm so happy because I have been just fanning out on your social media presence. I love what you do. I'm not sure if y'all have seen her Instagram lately, but it is just so poppin' because you're so beautiful and you have these amazing pictures of yourself, and you also, you're out there, spinning these amazing records. And so I am so delighted to have you here today. And just a little bit of, according to your bio, you curate a movement of sound. You're an LA native, right?
Yes,
you're the founder of a Red Light Vinyl, RLV for short. And you began as a local startup collective of female selectors, originally spinning 33 to 45 vinyl records, supporting and working with upcoming local establishments, music events, venues, festivals, and currently you're live streaming some sets, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Wow, thank you for that opening. That was really lovely.
Well, thank you for sharing all your amazing work with us, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you showing up and projecting that love and your true essence with all of us. So thank you for that. So tell us a little bit more about who you are. Like what was like the beginning of your artistry, because I know you're also a visual artist, correct?
Yes, that's right. So once upon a time, but it did start out in visual art. So now I consider myself audiovisual, and that's why I like to incorporate the aesthetics with the sound, like styling, really great images. I like to support other people's artwork. I started with fine arts photography, and that's always kind of been a fusion with music and jazz that I grew up with. And I have a big music background. So just within years of always doing my fine arts photography has always been a ringing music, just always in play with that. And I just slowly merged into collecting vinyl from my late uncle, receiving his cachet of music. I got a record player in my room around 16 from my neighbor. It was like a hand-me-down, who used to play jazz across his over at his house when he was like washing his Cadillac every Saturday. So that's why I got exposed to a lot of the jazz, Latin jazz, like Tito Puente to Max Roach. Yeah, and I feel that like classic music is so timeless, and it's always inspired me to embrace it, and now it's having a renaissance, and it's nice to be bringing it back to life again because it feels very pertinent to be in this time. I always feel like it's necessary to be in this time, but
yes, I absolutely would agree. And again, I want to invite folks that are joining us right now, your fans, your friends, your supporters, to, hop on, ask us, get any questions to ask questions. Right now is your chance. We are, the first question I like to start with is, really, like, what are your roots, your roots, and what inspired you? And so you mentioned a little bit about that. So you are born and raised in Los Angeles?
Born and raised in Los Angeles, Windsor Hills, Baldwin Hills adjacent. Okay. Pretty much my roots and my upbringing, Leimert Park, where that is a Pan-African American community of jazz, the arts, and the intellects of LA, you should say. So yeah, I've always been born and bred here. I've traveled other places, but always it boomerang back to LA. And it feels good to be back here too, because I feel that I have a part to play in it now to project my upbringing and to project it back out to the public. And it feels very purposeful too. So
thank you. Yes. And thank you so much for aligning your work, your vision, your passion, your love for music and the arts with social values, right? And I
thank you.
That is really important. And honestly, that's what really attracted me to you and to your work is that alignment, right? It's so authentic, it's so real. You're not just out there doing things for vanity. You're actually, there's a lot of purpose for what you do. And with that said, with that purpose, you also founded Red Light Vinyl, correct? And it's correct. A collective of females, so that's also very purposeful. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So I just want to say hi to Liberate and Lather real quick. So during this time in quarantine, this is why, hey, how you doing? This is why I really feel connected with you, and I'm happy to meet you in the flesh, because it feels virtually we've been supporting each other, and that's what I've been all about these last few months. This has like gotten me closer to supporting like our local businesses, our women businesses, women of brown, and and I'm just like, it's such a blessing. But I just had to say that because she is a wonderful candle maker, and I need to get some more from her. I'll send you one.
Oh, I love it. And what is this? Tell us, the Liberated, is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Liberate and Lather. I'm not sure if she popped off already, but she's a really beautiful candle maker. So how Red Light Vinyl started, this was 6 years ago. And I was coming back to LA from New York. Oh, there she is. Hi, girl. How are you? Yeah, I was just boasting you up. Of course. I'll be ordering more candles from me for holiday. Yeah. So Red Light Vinyl basically started in Venice, California with another female partner of mine. She is not with it anymore, but we started this out of making it a collective, 2 females, and starting it as a music revolution. So we did have the intention of spinning analog, spinning vinyl, spinning West Coast sounds, creating a very like fun retro 70s kind of vibe, which we started with playing like War, playing old funk, of course, jazz, bossa nova, and we started in a small little bar on the west side, and it just kind of took off from there, snowball effect, and we didn't even realize that it was going to be this successful. I think she got a little, like, not really stage fright, but just kind of was not expecting it to go that far. And yeah, so she kind of like just kind of backed up a little bit, and I decided to go full Godspeed with it and to keep it going, because I knew that this was going to be something that was going to develop into something very beautiful.
I love that. And I did actually read on an article that you're interviewed on it. So you mentioned something about the process, right, in creating this, and how essentially you have had to reinvent or just change things up or pivot at times. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey? Like you just mentioned a bit about it right now.
Yes. I was solo for a while, and always just continuing to try to look for other females to bring in. And now it feels like it's just an open door, revolving collective of females. So I did try to I reinvented the wheel. And I just kind of started to feature female DJs upon events that I was a part of or commissioned with. And it turned into more of a female support group of female DJs, especially since there were so many that were coming up here in Los Angeles. And and still kept taking the work, obviously. We're doing a lot of solo acts and promoting it still as a collective, even though it was still just me for the very long time. It has become an official business now, so it's a solo proprietor. Yeah. So everything is taxable, which is great. Like as soon as I started receiving like the the W-2s, the invoices, and it started being processed through like accounting, through corporate events, I was like, okay, this is like a real thing. This is like happening. So yeah, so it's patent now, and yeah, and it's a thriving music business.
Well, congratulations. That's wonderful to know. That's wonderful to hear, because it's one thing to have your passion that is very, creative, right? And it's artistic. And there's a whole different layer that comes when you have to take your passion and add the business aspect to it, right? And then it's
absolutely.
Like, how do you balance, and here's a question for you, how do you balance the rigor of the business constraints with the creative process, and in essence not allow it to have any sort of troubles with the creative process, right? Because it is so rigorous at times.
Yes, that is a very damn good question. I was getting so busy pre-COVID. All of us can all kind of say that we had some remarkable things taking off. And then COVID happened. So this gave me the time to focus on more of the music, besides being so mechanical, like, oh yeah, let me go out and just play with people want to hear. Sometimes I didn't have time to sit and be creative and to learn more music and to collect more records. I could only just throw on like, I only had just a certain amount of time to be able to like expand the music selections, even though it was still good, but it was just very mechanical. So this time coming into in COVID, like really allowed me to have a rebirth and allowed me to study the music more and to take it on other levels that I never would have imagined. It's like studying more world music. It's being more creative, like you said, with like the marketing, like product shooting, to representing artists more, the musicians, and also connecting with my fellow DJ musicians and supporting them and other artists too, which I did not have that much time to do.
That's the key right there, right? The timing and the time management for it. You mentioned, a few layers of that right now, and for a collective, right? So it's you that you have to manage. It's your time that you have to manage. It's the business aspect of the collective, but it's also having to coordinate your fellow DJs, right? And so
that's right.
That's several hats for one being, and you're doing it so wonderfully and remarkably. And I want to invite everyone. I mean, you have all your friends here. For those that are viewing us on YouTube and Twitter, really want to encourage you to visit, your Instagram. I want people to go to your Instagram because you have such an incredible eye for photography as well. Do you photograph everything yourself, all your modeling shots? Is that you do, or do you have somebody that comes in and helps?
I usually have someone that helps. Hi Meech, how are you? And then I think Jenny was on here too, but I direct them. Okay. So everything is like usually my clothes, my makeup, and then I create the environment to shoot it in. Lately, a lot I've been shooting in my own studio, which is kind of like my music sanctuary. So I always have that as like my default. But I do infuse my photography skills and background and incorporate them with my photos. And I sometimes just delegate somebody to do it. So you can say it's like more collaborative work in that sense.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, I also thought that you were a professional model, in all honesty.
Oh my God, thank you.
So you're not just the creative director, right? Being so good at behind the scenes and behind the camera, you're fantastic in front of the camera as well. So that's such multi-talented for real. That's why I've been fanning out.
Oh my God, thank you, girl. I fan out on you too.
So sweet. Right? Because it's so wonderful to possess this gift of creativity, right? Those juices that flow so naturally within all of us, And
that's very true.
And it's something magical, I feel, that we have as babies, as children, right? We have this light within us. We have our imagination.
That's right.
And, our wanting, our yearning to create. And for you, I see you as this beacon of creativity where you have several channels where you express your creativity through, right? And so going back to Red Light Vinyl, I want to showcase this. What I was playing originally here for folks is this what when you do the world, it's called the art form radio, correct?
Art form radio,
and
yes.
Is that also part of Red Light Vinyl?
It is. Anything that I go through for my DJ work, especially on a creative scale, it's always going to be Red Light Vinyl. If anybody asks me what my DJ name is, I say Red Light Vinyl. And they say, well, are you that DJ like Jéli? And I go, no, I am the collective. So I can wholeheartedly represent it as an open form just of all colors, shapes, sizes. That's how I see it. Like Rainbow Collective has always been a forefront of how I like to live life. So anything I want to do, I share it back out to the people. It is not about me. I always want to be a part of it, not me. And that's kind of how I can express it unselfishly and always just focusing, making sure that it's always about the music.
Yes. Oh, I love it. And then, so how do people get involved with the collective? How can a DJ and folks get involved with the collective?
They can get involved anytime. When it first started, and then I lost my previous partner, I was constantly looking to fill that hole, and it was very emotional for me. This was like before I preset, like reinventing the wheel. I've had other people step in, other ladies. I wanted to always keep it all female. I feel it's very important to support the female DJ community on the uprise, because there's been male DJs for so long that I feel it's our time to make it a music revolution from a matriarch standpoint. And yeah, so it's been a revolving door. I've had a residency at Holiday Bar. It was called in Boyle Heights, called Guapo Wednesdays. And every Wednesday, that was our physical weekly representation for female DJs to come and play. And it was beautiful. So we had our weekly lady DJ nights. And that was running up until the pandemic hit. So that was kind of like our open forum of promoting ourselves and allowing women to find out about us and have the opportunity to come and play and support each other in music. And we'll get back to that again soon. But yeah, as far as it is now, it's just all virtual based. So whoever wants to play, which Vinyl Sundays is which I just started. So it's something that I'm opening up for women to play virtually or at my house upon safety, of course.
Absolutely. I love it. I actually tuned in this Sunday for that was Vinyl Sundays.
Yes, yes. So that was our second run, and my apologies. We did have some audio complications.
Oh, no, I thought that still was groovy. I was grooving.
I saw you. I was like, yeah, that's my girl. And thanks for representing us too. I saw the stories that you put up and did the capture of our set. I was really excited about that. Thank you.
Well, you made it a Sunday fun day. No pun intended.
Oh, thank you.
It was good. We have a comment here from Give Mo Love. It just says, Rise Queens. Thank you. I love it. Who's this person here? Is that your...
I believe that's that's Mario. What's up, Mario? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mario.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
That's so lovely. And thanks for showing us love on Sunday as well. He represented us too. And this is my friend Mariella. She says it was groovy, more live music on Sunday.
Yes, please.
I hope to get her in to spin because I've played with Mariella before as well. She is a fantastic selector and a good friend of 20 years.
I love it. Yes, Sundays. And in fact, where I was mentioning that, really recommending Twitch as a platform to also go live. And again, I'm here for you whenever you want to do that, simul stream and, hit up different platforms to go live. I'd love to help you out with that as well.
Girl, I'm so happy that you just said that. What are you doing after this interview?
Exactly. I'd be more than happy. We have to bring that. Like you posted a meme, I believe it was from Maya Angelou. It was this beautiful quote about it's now. It's something about it. This is the moment, right, where artists need to rise.
Yes, yes.
That? It was so perfect for this time.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do remember that quote. I think I have it right here. There's so many things that I write. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I get inspired by our time now and how much of a purpose it is for us to express music as a movement and a message. And to, yes, as you said, like as community, to have us all rise up together. It's bringing a form of community, healing, inspiration, not to underestimate the power of it because it gives us so much force and we all feel it in us. Hi, Colin.
Hi, Colin. Oh, this is great. I love all your friends that are coming on to support you. Let's make this a party, y'all. Please comment, ask Jéli any questions that you have for her. Do you have some, would you like to dig in deeper, in terms of like what drives her heart and soul to do all of this? Please ask her. This is the time.
I was actually just even getting a little teary-eyed right now, just speaking about that. I can just mention something about my girlfriend, Kimba, who lives in New York. I speak with a lot, and we were speaking about some inspiration with for each other and the next phases we like to go in our lives. I know that here, I'll cut myself off. Hey, what's up, sweetie? Okay. How'd she come up with the name Red Light? Oh, that's a good question. Rare Form, he's a residency on Art Form Radio too. Yeah, and we've become virtual friends through the music as well. So that's kind of awesome. But, okay, how did the name Red Light Vinyl come from? So me and my early partner, as I mentioned, we were trying to find a name to call us. We didn't know what to label ourselves. It was right when we were all forming our image, creating ourselves as two DJs. And we knew that we were spinning vinyl. We knew we were analog. Some of the venues that we were DJing at all had, just by coincidence, this red light. Now, some people think that it's like red light district. They're like, why are you guys red light? Ooh, what's this like risque? And I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I think we kind of play it off of that too. Like, turn on the red light. We're coming in. We're like woman of the night, and we're coming to spin you some fucking bomb-ass music. We're going to make you feel good. We're going to make you feel sultry and groovy. And like, yeah, the red light's on. So,
what a great question. Thank you so much, friend. And who was that? Rare Form 1906? That's all. Okay. What's the name? What is
I think his name is Dave. Okay. Yeah. He's an amazing director.
Oh, great. It's so good. Any other?
Hi, Treya. How are you?
You were saying something though right before the answer to that question, where you were telling a story, because you mentioned you were getting teary-eyed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm about to hit a pretty deep note that not that many people, you know how we're all born with, hi, sweetie, how are you? Treya, we're all born with a gift, and it's really beautiful when we can realize in ourselves where we have a wake-up call, and then that's our calling. And you see all these signs, you see all these symbols and signs. I do connect with my spirit side a lot. I have ancestors that I talk to. I definitely drop that every now and then when I feel like I'm in a space where it's not going to freak people out too much. So, I talk to my people, and I slowly found out that music was my purpose, because my name comes from African tribe. It's a griot, which is the messenger in the village of song, and it's the Jolly Kunda. And yeah, it's something that I've always kind of like coined and patented for my spirit as well. And I kind of take off with that. So me and my girl, Kimba, she's a spirit sister that I connect with that's actually alive. She's in Brooklyn. But we have these talks to each other, these soul to soul talks. And we're like, what are we going to do? What's our next step? We're like, always, sometimes we'll pull cards for each other. And yes, the most recent thing that that I have that I'm implementing as a slogan is the healing energy of sound. So this is us trying to practice taking our arts to the next level and incorporating it on a metaphysical, in a metaphysical reign, more or less, because music does heal. So this is, it's all very all over the place, but this is us in COVID, right? This is a lot of things that we find ourselves doing and connecting with, which is pretty amazing. Hopefully evolving, coming out as better people.
That's absolutely so well said. And the perfect goal to have from this, right, is, this year has just felt like an onslaught of catastrophes and threats to our lives and to our loved ones' lives.
Absolutely.
Right? And with that impending fear, like we don't, is it going to hit us? And if it does, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with our family? So it's that dread and that fear and navigating through that fear, right? And you mentioned, I love that you shared some of these tools that you use to ground yourself, to come back, to heal. Right. And you have also soul sisters, you have your soul tribe,
yes,
incarnate and also in spirit form. That's so wonderful and important. When COVID hit, how did you immediately know, like, what, I know exactly what I need to do right now to heal my soul? Was that instantaneous for you when the pandemic and everything was literally shook us?
I definitely, hey girl, how are you? There was a jolt of inspiration that hit me, and I was starting with all of my fellow DJ friends. It was called, God, it had been a minute. It was called Soul Therapy. So I asked them all, I created a project where I asked them all to send me a song that was relating to the times. And that was all in the workings. That was just the pandemic alone. And then, of course, all of the controversy and the killings, and then BLM rose. So that changed the whole paradigm of what I was focusing on with just like making music for COVID, like the COVID and the pandemic. This was actually like way deeper. And then I kind of fell into like a shell, which a lot of people did, and had to kind of sit back, process, take it all in, because everything was so shocking. And so it was like, I can't even still put it in words, just like in hindsight, thinking back what we've been going through during these times, just the layers of trauma, and then hitting the lineage of decades of trauma that we've all gone through. It feels like it all just kind of came up to a surface. And I finally started kind of recreating like a power within myself, knowing that I said, no matter what, this is my purpose and this is what I have to apply, because ironically, this is the time to express myself through my music and kind of gain my power back within time. But it was definitely a struggle for sure.
Yeah. And thank you again, because you have been showing up, right, through all of it, through all those hardships. I have been seeing you consistently, show up and offer your light to people and everyone, and that is so important. And that's why I see here we have friends joining you, supporting you, loving you, because that's what you project. And I just want to keep, emphasize that. And that's what I see in you. And then going back to, that Maya Angelou quote, right? That it's like, this is a time when artists show up, and they show up. You got to show up like your best. You got to come out and shine your bright light.
That's right.
And it takes so much bravery and courage. And I think that is sometimes underestimated, right? When one of the quotes or sayings or I want to say misconceptions, I hate it so much, is the thought of, you know, artists have to be starving artists. I don't like that. And I cannot wait for us to have like a mind shift, right? For our society not to even tolerate that, because it takes so much bravery, courage, creativity, ingenuity to be able to be an artist and then be able to share your art. That doesn't come easy, and not during these times.
You're very right about that. I'm glad that you hit that point too, because we don't have to be starving. And that definitely plays a role as a victim in a way, like, and it can even be like a sense of ego and self-entitlement. And I agree with you like wholeheartedly on that, because we do all have a responsibility to take. And we may not be out protesting, which is not the safest to do, but we definitely can partake in so many different ways. And I give like full credit to everybody that's, even you and your platform, of helping other people and representing them and getting us to open up and have these discussions. All of this is like every moment of like full on 100% purpose of helping us move forward and to be enlightened and conscious about our future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I have a friend here that says, your friend says, Jéli got those good vibes. Her music brightens the day.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Renault.
I love it. And our friend Jorge, y'all, I don't know if y'all seen his art. I had him on for last Tuesday, and he's also been shining his light with his incredible artwork and art pieces. An Oakland-based artist.
Oh, nice!
Shout him out. Yeah, it's been really good. And so I really want to go touch on the concept again of, you know, the business aspect, right? And now that you're sole proprietor, right? And what does that mean now for your business, and how, number one, what types of clients, you know, work would you like to attract? Would you like to be plugged into? That's the number one question. And then number two, how can people best support you?
That's a very good question. Moving forward, since it now being sole proprietor, that the great thing is that everything is taxable. So I can take an Uber ride, or I can have a business meeting, lunch, or if it's buying headphones, you know, that all of this I can basically write a receipt for. It just makes it much more real. And it opens it up for more opportunity. I have had corporate events and commissions. Like as I mentioned before in the email, I get commissioned with Beauty Counter, which is it's a LA base, but it's international, and it's a beauty line. So I've been doing virtual events with them, and they are a large corporation. Now, my ideal is to play my music. It first started with like nonprofit events, right? Like St. Joseph Center. So things that are always supporting the community, things that, events that of course like have a high enough budget to where they can hire me and I can still walk away and be like, okay, that'll help me pay my rent. But always making sure that whatever I get hired for is for a solid purpose, that equally that employer that is hiring me on has like a meaning and a good background as well, because I don't ever want to like sell my soul just to make a buck, you know? So luckily I've been pulling in a lot of good establishments. It's either working with other like music companies or like I said, the woman beauty line, which is sustainable and it represents woman empowerment, represents women of liberation and diversity. It's great that they express that through their platform. So I can equally feel proud about that too. It's not like out of just pure vein, like we were saying. Yeah, I've done some food drives, which I love a lot too. St. Joseph Center, they're based in Venice, California, and they actually help the homeless. And they do these large food events where restaurants across LA, they support, and they do like these rafflings, and they give free food and send their chefs there. So, you know, they raise enough money. They do large fundraisers and raise enough money to support the homeless, which is good. And of course, they fit in a budget to have music entertainment. So that's where I come in. And that's always nice to be in relation with establishments like that.
Yes, I love that. So you align your values with your money and the businesses that you attract, right? That's fantastic. I love it. Look at all this love you're getting.
Oh, hi, Ashley. That's my girl in Chicago.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We got people out
I
from
love
all
her.
over joining. I think my sister joined as well. She's connecting from Berlin.
Oh my God, you're kidding me. Okay, what is she doing in Berlin? Hi, I want to come and visit you.
Estrella, I don't know if Estrella is still there. She is, yes, she would love it. And so in Berlin, she actually has a magazine that she publishes that empowers young women. So preteen.
Really?
Yes. So this magazine is called the Rabble magazine.
Rabble?
The Rabble, RABBEL. I wish I could type it, but I'll mess up my whole setting here. But it's I'll type it in the banner here. So on this other platform is Rabble, and it is a magazine to empower preteen young ladies.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, they get to submit their stories, their artwork for the magazine. They get to share their stories, and it's really to shift that paradigm, right? So yes. She mentions in her story that when she was growing up, she had all these pop magazines that glorified a certain type of human, you know, as that's the human that is the beauty, you know, the beautiful person, you know.
Right.
And she's like, well, how do we shift that those narratives, because they're false narratives, right? We're all so beautiful, and we have to, you know, really, you know, we have to embrace our beauty and our diversity, right? Yes. And then also, let's embrace our creativity when we're young, because when we're young, we're really flowing in that space of creativity. So how do we empower that in our you know, youth and our preteens? And so her magazine is very special in that way.
That is very special. Thank you for sharing that too. Yeah, wow. So she's another, I would love that. She's another trailblazer.
She is. In fact, I miss her dearly, but I always say to her, you know, you got to follow your dreams. That's very important.
Like what got her, what motivated her to go to Berlin? Because the reason why I'm asking this, sorry, I'm like going off the beaten path with myself, but you know, another thing I wanted to speak about next to being like community is global. And I feel that is so important too. The global outreach is like opportunist right now.
Yes, that global outreach is very important. And I'm actually very happy to also represent a visual artist who is in Argentina right now.
Nice. Yes, that's great.
And I do have this ethical, you know, multimedia agency that I'm also trying to expand. So I can absolutely relate on that aspect of being an entrepreneur, being a business woman of color, and how important that is. But I really do want to redirect this conversation to you.
Okay. Oh, you just gave me a little tease, because I was like, wait a minute. I love the sound of that. That is so great, girl. You're on fire.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. But the question for you is like, how can folks support you right now? We are in that season of giving, and yes, let's shift that conversation about gifting to giving.
You're so sweet.
Right? So let's talk about how people can how can they support you, right? Because we want to ensure, right? I know everybody's hearting you right now, because we want to ensure that artists like you, like that you're good, right? That you are stable. You know, right now that your business is growing, I'm sure you can use an infusion of support, right? Monetary support, because, you know, let's be real, that is what helps keep us going.
Right, right.
So how can people support you right now?
I do have well, it's interesting that you mentioned that, because what you had spoke about yesterday, I was like trying to like set up that whole new account. Patreon, yeah. But I don't have that, but I do have Cash App, and I do have Venmo as well. That's like under Chrome Queen. Yes. Hi. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So everyone, please. So everyone
Hi,
here.
how are you?
Yeah, let's support our amazing artists. I, you know, want to again make sure that you know I'm here for you in terms of the social, any social media that you may need, you know, some collaboration for. I'm your person. I'm so glad that we're finally meeting in person so that we can establish this relationship. I know that, you know, one thing that I love about you is that you just, again, project your love, and you didn't even know me, but you started following me and showing me so much love. So thank you for
oh my God,
open-hearted.
Yeah. Wait, I realized that you were looking here the whole time, and I'm looking.
Oh, sorry.
Is that gonna affect? Is that gonna be like a thing?
No, not at all. Well, it's gonna be it's gonna be just fine. I had my son do an audio check for us. I think he would have mentioned you know, something for us.
So where are you putting your phone? Like through the this one here, the StreamYard.
So for the StreamYard, okay, so everyone, this is total behind the scenes setup for here, right? Okay. So essentially, to be able to go live right now with beautiful Jeli, we have two different cameras. So if you see my eyes moving around, is because we're currently live on Instagram, but we're also live on our computer. Yeah. I'm not sure, do you have a laptop or a computer also?
I have both. Laptop. Yeah, so okay. It's off my laptop right now.
Gotcha. So we're literally navigating two cameras right now.
Dang, girl, you're a mad scientist over here. I love it. It's great.
I'm trying to reach, people, I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. Unfortunately, I use a platform called StreamYard, and it doesn't support Instagram yet. So let's hope that it does. And I do want to say something again. This is the season of giving, and so within my small business, we are giving away a free live hosted event. So for example, if you are trying to fundraise for something or bring about awareness to an initiative or to your business, please let us know, because that's going to be my way of giving back to our community this particular season, and hosting something like this for you so that you're able to go live not just on one platform but on multiple platforms and have a bigger reach with your audience.
Oh, that's beautiful. You hear that, public?
Yeah. I'm here for you.
Take advantage.
Yes, dear. So before we go, because we only have about 10 minutes, here's a question for you. What would you tell your 4-year-old self?
That's so cute. I love that. Yeah. My 4-year-old self, I have to actually go back and regress to my single digit of 4 years old. This is going to take a second. I'm going to shave 1 minute off of this last 10 minutes just to like travel time back to my 4-year-old self.
Yes. Because time is not linear.
Time is, and it goes so fast. I'm like, how is it already the end of the month? Like what for us to be, I think that time right now is not existent. I feel like it has released off of some like program that we have had, because all of these incidences have thrown the planet completely off its axis, and we just, there's like, time is really off right now. So I'm just going with the flow. I'm so riding the wave, but just with full consciousness, right?
I love that.
Yeah, and I know you are too.
That's right. I'm holding on.
Yeah, for dear life.
Absolutely. But let's not forget. So we're traveling back in time.
We're traveling back in time.
So what would you tell? Yeah,
my 4-year-old self would tell myself to have taken all of those daydreams and to try to form them materially into more than just a daydream. Because I did a lot of daydreaming. Did a lot of, like, was in a different world, did a lot of playing, you know, very dreamy. And that's kind of like maybe even just kind of trickled into like my present day. So I'm going to just kind of say that goes to my 4-year-old, and my 4-year-old comes back and tells me that, and it probably would have kicked something in myself to kind of like just have materialized things a little bit more than just made it a dream. But there couldn't be a better time than now.
Oh, I love that. And any questions from our audience here before we wrap up?
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
What do we have here? Oh, curls on point.
Curls up. Thank you. I was trying to hit that air dry, so, you know, I'm still fluffing as I go.
I love it. What's your secret? It's gorgeous.
Oh, man. It's called being at home. So I had plenty of time to not have to like fry and dye my hair, because I wasn't going out for like even like night gigs anymore, where I would fully glam up. So I definitely, like, as a lot of people have during this time, kind of get back to black. And I've just like, I've seen people that have straightened their hair, like they've gone more natural. So now I just wear it and let it just do what it wants, and it has a memory. So now it's kind of, it's bounced back to its natural state. So I'm pretty happy to represent it in its natural as much as possible.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And thank you for letting us know a little bit about that. And so right now on StreamYard, I'm showing these gorgeous pictures you shared with me.
Oh, thank you.
What gets you into this vibe of modeling like this? What gets you into that? You know, unfortunately, it doesn't come out good when I'm here. But on StreamYard, I think we can see it.
I've always had a very huge fashion background. I've always loved dressing up. And thank you. It's kind of hard for me to answer because I like to do it, but explaining it is kind of a thing where I'm just too humble. Okay. But, you know, I guess maybe the basics of just being a visual artist in the back as a fundamental. And I really, really like playing with colors, shapes, and putting things together to just be pleasing and for a nice aesthetic to the eye. Yeah.
So we're looking at some beautiful images here. You're on Instagram. You've seen these on Instagram. She's
pretty,
absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. What are you listening to?
Oh, that's a great question, Drea.
Or what song can't you get out of your mind at the moment? That's perfect.
Oh, wow. You know what's funny? This morning, as I was getting ready, I was listening to Boss Gagg's Lowdown. And so that's always been kind of like my song. Maybe I can type this in. Boss.
Yeah, people are really wondering what. So one question you had was current songs you can't get out of your head at the moment. And then another from Drea was, so I'm sorry, that was from Danzy Broussard, if I'm saying that correctly. And then from Drea, it was, yes, what are you listening to? Okay, yeah, people really want to know.
Yeah. Okay. So I just responded back. The song that I can't get out of my head, Boss Gags, Lowdown. Such a great song. I heard that this morning, and it kind of put me in a very groovy, mellow feel to just kind of get me in the mood to be here and be present. And it's soulful too. What am I listening to at the moment? I have to say I am obsessed with, there's so many. Oh my God, this is the hardest question of life. Okay.
I love this. We're going to see some vinyl records right now. This is excellent.
I'll just pull a couple of little pointers of things that I like to listen to. Because I like listening to modern stuff too. So this is Kaleka, and their world music. And they do a lot of beautiful, inspirational music on here. It's like a compilation of different artists. And it's very worldly, and it's very like Euro-African. And they have like a lot of good messages on here too. Yeah, this is very inspiring music right here. It definitely is a high conscious vibe. Now something a little bit more on the fun side. Bernard Wright.
Okay. Yeah. I'm about to play those jams as soon as we get out.
Absolutely, I'll send you some.
Yes. Do you have Spotify's playlist?
I do have Spotify playlists, and I do have, which I love doing now, is the art form radio. That's kind of gives me the room to be very creative, and you can listen to all of these eclectic sounds, but I can send a link to any of these for you.
Yeah, I love
it. Or give to anybody else too.
Yeah. My friend Soul Speaks just joined us right now. Shout out to her. She is an art, Patreon of the arts. And so I'm glad she's tuning in so she can get familiarized with your work if she hasn't already.
Oh, wonderful.
Have Dre again. She says, I love that. Thank you for the recommendations.
Yeah.
How can we find your playlist on Spotify?
It's under Red Light Vinyl. And Chrome Queen. Yeah. But what I can do as a follow-up of all of this, I'll like add in my bio or in the caption. Yeah, because I have music all over the place. So it would be nice to have a concentrated little follow-up playlist to attach to this. And I want to follow I want to follow your girl what is her name?
Speaks.
Soul Speaks. Okay.
Yeah, _speaks.
Okay. Yeah. What's up, girl?
Yeah, she actually
artist.
Yeah, she really does. She inspired the Oakland artist Jorge, who came out at Abstract Oakland. She was also an inspiration to a Frida Kahlo canvas art that he did for her. So
really, that's beautiful.
I love how people are coming in here and really sharing their work, and we're getting to know one another, and he just wants always making a debut. This kitty right
Hi,
now.
Kitty. What's this name?
Always.
What's his name?
His name is William or Willie.
William.
Willie. All the time. He's always trying to mess with us. But it's been so wonderful having you on today.
Thank
I want to
you.
say Jeli.
Yes, I like how you say it. You make it sound so much better.
No, it's already so perfect. And I'm sorry for my mispronunciation. Oop, we got cut off here. I paused a little bit here, but thank you again. I will be sharing the links to everything you provided, the link to Art Form Radio. This is all going to also be saved on YouTube, but I'll make sure to include everything also when I save this video onto IGTV.
Thank you.
It's such an honor and pleasure meeting you. Your soul is super divine, and it's an honor. And thank you so much. I hope you have wonderful holidays. And I can't wait to actually meet you in person one day, because I was raised in Los Angeles, and I'm like, oh my goodness, now I have to go back and hang out for a little bit.
I know. Wait, where are you now?
I'm in the Bay Area.